dalla Spagna per assaggiare il Brunello, l'annata 2007.
Coming all the way from Spain to taste the vintage 2007 of Brunello. This vintage is much better than I expected. A hot season, a difficult season, producing wines with a lot of alcohol. I miss the finesse of other years sometimes, but there are many wines of a good quality level. There are not many excellent wines, but we didn't find wines with lesser quality either, like many other times. I am very happy with this vintage.
Vini scadenti come altre volte. Io sono contento con questa annata.
2007 or 2006 or both?
Well, I tasted the Rosso 2010, which I thought was very good, very fresh, lovely fruit, and the Brunello 2007 and the Reservas 2006.
Okay.
And my preference is slightly for the Reserva 2006. I thought it had wonderful depth and richness. The 2007 is wonderful, but they're both brilliant wines, brilliant vintages, and it's so nice to taste two different
because they're two different characters, no?
Very different, yeah.
Vintage.
Yeah, the 2006 seems to be more classic, more depth, and the 2007 is more open and more fruity. But there's a lovely collection of wines in there.
It's a good vintage.
It's very good, yeah.
Sun, good wine.
Yeah, exactly. And you haven't, 2009 was very good, 2008, so you've done very well.
Better than I expected. This hot vintage, I was expecting very alcoholic wines, also based on experience of past year, with very concentrated wines and rich in tannins. On the contrary, this year is more balanced. I see more harmony in the wines. Some wines are a little nondescript, but the season was what it was, and in any case I found many good wines, some excellent, so all in all this tasting was positive.
2006, I'll taste a couple of the Reservas tomorrow, but 2007 is obviously a very ripe vintage. There's a succulent, almost sumptuous sweetness in many of the wines. Yeah, there was not everybody approached it in the same way, and I asked for the alcohol levels in each one of the wines, and they ran from 13.5 to 15, which probably meant that some were even higher, and so there were different approaches. And what did the producers want? I like that there's a roundness, something open in the wines. They're a little bit more approachable than were the 2006s at this stage last year. What's going to happen with this vintage is something that, I'll know better this afternoon or tomorrow after having tasted the rest. Some of the things that interest me I've not yet had in the glass, and I've not done any of the selections or any of the special wines and so. But I think the first idea is quite positive.
Okay. We are with Tim Atkin, timatkin.com, so he can give us some impression about 2007 Brunellos.
Lovely to be here on a beautiful day, and I'm halfway through the tasting of the 07, so I don't want to make a definitive conclusion yet. It's clearly a very good vintage, quite a warm vintage, quite ripe. These are quite forward wines. I think that the 06s maybe had a bit more tannin in these wines, but I think the 07s are very, very ripe, lots of fruit, lots of personality. Whether or not they'll age very well, I'm not sure, but I think they're wines for the kind of short to medium term. Lots of pleasure, and it's great to see some real Sangiovese. So no Merlot, no Syrah, etc., etc. The colours are much lighter. I think these are real Sangioveses, and it's great to see people actually making wines from Brunello, and not from other things.